Hello, gamers. I am your host, John Clement, and I'd like to welcome you to the GM Academy in the Game Shop's basement, hosted by the grumpy old GMs, of which I am one. So I'm excited to share with you about our latest and probably most ambitious to date project, the LOFT, L-O-F-T, RPG project, which stands for the largest online fantasy tabletop role-playing game campaign ever. And it all starts with a campaign that started in 1987. So let's get down to some details here. So last month, in April 2023, the Guinness World Records people, they recognized the largest in-person game of Dungeons and Dragons that was held in Provo, Utah at over 1,200 people. Now, we're going to set the online record, not just for one game, but for ongoing attendance and contribution to the same connected, continuous campaign world. In 1982, I received the basic D&D box set for Christmas. One of my friends at school had played his with me, and I knew I had to have my own. So I was DMing for my dad, having him roll up a character that very next night. So at this point, I have been DMing for 41 years. My current campaign has been going for 36 years, with the campaign continuity continuing through high school and college and graduate school, and several different states and cities I've lived in. Now, players have had their characters rule countries, become gods, wage wars, travel through time enough to paradox their own lives, get married, have kids, and then the players play the next generations of kids as their next characters. Now, in 2021, I started DMing professionally, which I continue to this day. And one thing that I've noticed over the years is that, especially since 2021 when I started pro DMing, is that the classic long-term style of play of world building, where the imaginations of the players and the DM synergize to world build over a long period of time, that has been lost in this modernized industry of one-shots and one story arc, once and done short-term campaigns that just leaves characters behind that have lots of life in them and have stories still waiting to be told and have lots of social networking contribution, lifetime friendships and memories to make. These games, these role-playing games, are not supposed to be like Monopoly board games where at the end of the game you just put the pieces back in the box, and the next time you play, you start over with, the same starting amount of money again. You didn't build anything. In a campaign, the whole point is your character moves forward like they're living their own life in that fantasy universe. In the past couple of years of pro DMing, I have heard new players tell me way more than once, and I'm quoting here, I hear this a lot, I didn't even know you could play like that. Yes, I hear that. So let's change this, okay? So in the doodly-doo for this video, you will find links to our Discord, our website, my DM profile at startplaying.games, our Twitter, and the Indiegogo for this project. Now, why do we need an Indiegogo? What's he talking about a crowdfunding thing for? Well, I'm glad you asked. So although you could certainly sign up and play now, remember the links are in the doodly-doo, we are going to be needing real human DMs, and we're going to need to pay them. Several of them, maybe even lots of them, to keep up with the expanding universe of players. Let's prove to Wizards of the Coast that the best DMs are human DMs, not AIs. We could even probably make a shirt like that. Okay, but we are also going to need studio space, office space, and a lot of faster and better equipment as we expand. So exciting things are ahead. So let's take our favorite game into the future using the resources of the modern online world, but keeping the traditional human element intact, forming these friendships and memories that just last a lifetime. So welcome to the Loft Project, largest online role-playing tabletop RPG ever.